What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and it's your favorite segment, my favorite segment, everyone's favorite segment. That's right, folks. We take a look at the business and we conduct the financial audit for DSP Gaming. That's right, folks. And this week, I just have to say, support was abysmal. That's right. Phil took a big dip, mainly in the area of tips. So let's look at the numbers. So as we can see here, our boy Phil had a 6-day work week, which spanned from October 20th all the way through the 25th of October. And in that time period, Phil managed to make $700 in tips, a decrease of $361 from the previous week. That is a significant drop. But some of that was due to, of course, Phil having internet connection issues and, of course, low streams of Super Mario Brothers, which contributed to the low tips. Also, Phil tried to make a concerted effort to direct his dents to help support with the memberships. So that contributed to the decrease in tips. But like always, as I always show, there's no real new income that comes in. It's just income that's shifted around. So it's support that's shifted around. So they either give him an significant amount of tips, and the super chats and membership suffer, or vice versa. And it looks like that may have happened this week. So if we look at the super chats for that same time period, we will see that Phil pulled in $541 in super chats, which is a big increase. It was almost double from the previous week of $275. So of course tips dipped significantly, so he lost $361 in tips, but he gained roughly $270 in super chats. So all of this, if you combine the tips and the super chats, Phil made $1,241, which is a dip from the previous week. So the previous week Phil made $1,336. So support was pretty rough for Phil. And of course, I stated a couple factors occurred. Mainly, he tried focusing on super chats and memberships, which of course always makes the tips dip, and vice versa. I'm pretty sure next week he'll try to focus. He'll continue to focus on tips and memberships and super chats, and he'll probably have yet again another slow support week with tips. His only saving grace, of course, is the Halloween special, which is next Tuesday. So depending on how that goes, that may help him a bit. But as we know, these marathons, special events really haven't been paying out for Phil like they used to. But I know he's going to bring out the gin and the whiskey and the tequila, and hopefully some of the dents will chip in $100 and allow Phil to take a couple shots of liquor. So, like we stated, Phil dropped in support this week. He made about $100 less in support. And again, it just always goes to the dents. There's no real increase in money at all. It's just shifting money around, shifting support around. So if we take a look at what Phil has made this month so far, he has made $4,395. That's all the way up through the 25th, so you can say the 26th of October. So Phil has 5 streaming days to get that amount up. And again, his only real saving grace is the Halloween marathon. So he better hope he gets a good day of support for that Halloween marathon. So the next thing we're gonna want to look at is his views. Now, his views are just god awful. So far for the month of October, for the 26 days that he is streamed, or 25 days of the month, 26 days of the month, Phil managed to bring in 405,000 views for DSP Gaming, 41,000 views for DSP Reacts, for a grand total of 446,000 views. Now, if you compare that to September, August, July, it's significantly lower. This will probably be the month where he's under 500k in views. which is very significant. It shows many things. It shows, one, a dying channel. The death of his channel is accelerating faster. His ad revenue is terrible. It's worse than before. And again, it shows that he's propped up by several whales, and if he loses one of those whales, like an OIC or 1 Minute Man, he's done. He's just literally done. Because those two people essentially just prop his channel up. If it wasn't for either of them, Phil would be in a world of hurt. You're talking about two people that give him anywhere between $7,000 and $10,000 of support every year. So if you combine those totals, you're talking about $20,000 in income that Phil is receiving from two people. Wow. I mean, you can look at your biggest YouTubers like PewDiePie, Markiplier. I'm pretty sure none of them have whales like Phil has. I'm pretty sure there's no one out there dropping, $10K a year on their favorite streamer. I mean, I don't even know people who drop $10K on their favorite OnlyFans streamer. And yet you got these two dents giving Phil this type of money. It's just crazy. Alrighty. So now let's take a look at the total for the year. And no big surprise here. Phil has pulled in so far for this year $44,443 in tips. The same period last year, he pulled in $54,356 for a net decrease of 18%. That number is not moving or budging at all for Phil. Not at all. And again, he's running out of time, and I don't think he has enough time this year to get that number back into the black. I don't see it. He just doesn't. He would have to have amazing support streams every day for the rest of the year just to get even. So for super chats, he's made $18,057 for 2023. And for the same period last year, he made $21,726 for a net decrease of 17%. Now, if we combine those totals for 2023, Phil has made $62,500 compared to last year where he made $76,082 for a net decrease of negative 17.5%. That's bad. That's really rough, especially for someone who fashions himself as a business tycoon, someone who has a business degree, someone who understands business. If he understood business, the number one premise of a business is to be profitable. That's the main thing. The second thing is to show growth, and Phil has just not shown that growth. I mean, for the last 3 or 4 years, his income has dipped. And this year will probably be the biggest dip so far. And, like I said, I've been comparing 2023 numbers to 2022 numbers. And that's a big dip. That is a significant dip in support. We're talking about almost 20% of income that Phil's going to lose this year. All because he decided to create a second channel, DSP Reacts, which has been disastrous. That's just watered down his DSP gaming content. It's hurt him with support because those DSP React events get no support whatsoever. So he's losing the tips and the super chats for that particular stream. You times that by what, 52 streams, a year. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt you in your pocket. But he refuses. He still continue to keep that channel. Although he does get some memberships in there. He doesn't. If you add up the amount of money he gets for the memberships for DSP React, right, and then you compare that to the super chats, the tips, the ad revenue, the dips and views that he's getting on DSP Gaming because of DSP Reacts, he's actually losing more money than he's actually making from DSP Reacts. And you can see by these numbers, there should be no reason why he's almost negative 20%. Income year over year. There should be no reason. He has 2 channels. You would think he would have 2 sources of revenue, more income, and that isn't the case. It's just not. So yeah, unless he decides to drop that channel and focus on DSP gaming, which I still think is going to happen. I think he's going to ditch the channel and focus on DSP gaming sooner rather than later. Unless he does that, I don't see this changing much. And again, this year he's lost significant amount of supporters. People that have been around for years are just gone. They're no longer around to support. And a lot of it is just Phil's just a terrible person and he rubs people the wrong way. And people eventually grow tired of his shenanigans and his bullshit. And they move on. They find something more interesting. And the only people that seem to stick around are the people that don't support at all. Your Derek's, your Jadens, folks that just sit on streams and do nothing but just spam chat. That's all they really do, and provide no support whatsoever for Phil. But I guess since Phil decides he doesn't want to do anything different and he want to continue, running his business the way he runs it, he's going to continue seeing these numbers. 2024 is going to be even worse, and that's going to be hilarious to watch. I can't wait to watch 2024 and see what Phil tries to pull out his sleeve for his neck deck. I know he talked about doing a DSP Classics where he would upload old content. Yeah, I don't see that going for at all, because those videos will get demonetized. He'll probably get smacked with reused content, which it is. That's reused content. And he'll make no money off it. It'll be like the shorts all over again. He was gung-ho for doing shorts. When he realized he wasn't going to get any money for it, he dropped it like a hot potato. So I can see that DSP Classics, the same thing happening with that channel. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.